Hey, Vicki St. James here with Carrie Eilderts. And let me tell you about this amazing woman. Carrie Eilderts is a passionate history enthusiast with an impressive academic and professional background. She is the executive director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society and a proud graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. Carrie earned her BA in history in 2013 at UNI, followed by an MA in history with a public history emphasis in 2015. Her career has taken her on an exciting journey through the world of historical preservation and education. Previously, Carrie served as the assistant director of the Sawmill Museum in Clinton, Iowa, where she honed her skills in museum management and public outreach. Since 2018, Carrie has been the executive director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society. So she has also been the executive director that oversees many different beloved historical sites, like the Ice House Museum and also the Victorian House Museum, Little Red Schoolhouse, Barron's Wrap Station Visitor Center, and the brand new Historical Society Education Center. Carrie's passion for history continues to inspire and educate everyone she encounters. Welcome to the podcast, Carrie.
Thanks for having me, Vicki.
Oh, it's such an honor and such a pleasure. So tell me about serving as executive director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society.
So as you mentioned, as the director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society, I oversee the 5 facilities that we have, including 3 museums, the Ice House, Little Red Schoolhouse, and Victorian House, as well as the Barron's Wrap Station, which serves as a visitor center. It holds a lot of different pamphlets and brochures from area attractions that people can stop in and pick up there. And then also our brand new education center located at 315 Clay Street, just 2 doors down from the Victorian House, which holds some artifact storage in the lower level, and then also has a great space in the top for our educational programs, and also available for community events to be held there as well. And so it's a really fun place to work. I work with a lot of great staff members, board members, and volunteers to really fulfill our mission to educate people about, preserve, and celebrate the history of Cedar Falls.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love it. So, what do you like best about your position as executive director of the Cedar Falls Historical Society?
I really am passionate about our mission. Like I said, preserving, educating people about, and celebrating the history of our town. I believe so much in the importance of people understanding their local history. It really builds a sense of place and a sense of pride in where you're from, and a sense of understanding of the things that are around you. I also love that it's something different every day. We have so much going on. We have programs, we have different exhibits, we have people coming in to donate artifacts and do research, and we have field trip kids coming through. So now that it's spring, those are going to be picking up again. So it's just, there's something different going on all the time, and it's just a really fun place to work.
Oh, how exciting. And I love the fact that we have someone so young bringing that energy to the table. It's so beautiful. Speaking of your youth, can we go back a little bit? Do you have any fun childhood stories that you can share with us?
So I grew up in Parkersburg, so that's very close to Cedar Falls here. I grew up on a farm, so a lot of my favorite childhood memories are tied to being a farm girl. I was in 4-H and raised rabbits and goats for 4-H. Those goats were some of my favorites. I had a bottle baby named Bianca, and she was really more like a dog. She was a pet to me. To this day, goats are my favorite animals. They're just such a fun animal to work with.
Oh, how beautiful is that? I love it. So tell me, do you have a personal mission statement, Carrie? And if so, what is that?
This is something I hadn't really thought about until I saw it as one of your questions that you were thinking about today. So I was doing some looking things up. And so I can't take credit for this one, but I saw one online that it really spoke to me, which is to be a lifelong learner and to make a positive difference in the world.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes. A lifelong
Mhm.
learner and a positive influence on the world.
Mhm.
Oh, how beautiful. Profoundly stated. I love that. So tell me, who is your biggest influence, or who do you count today as your biggest influence?
I'd say I have several. Obviously, I want to say my parents. They've always been so
Yes.
supportive.
Yes.
I also was influenced by a lot of teachers over my time. So I had a high school
Mm.
teacher, an history high school teacher who really inspired me to go into history, and then all my professors at
Yes.
UNI who really helped shape my career path and inspire me in that way. And then today, my coworkers, I work with two great
Ooh.
museum professionals. Diane Shootbox, our programming and outreach coordinator, and then Julie
Sweet.
Huffman Klinkowitz is our collections manager. And they inspire me every day, and they're great people to work with as we fulfill our mission at the Historical Society.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love it so much. So, do you have any new career related endeavors, Carrie? And if so, what are they?
Well, going back to the personal mission statement, it's just always wanting to learn more and learn more about my profession and the museum industry. So one of the things that our staff does every year is attend the Iowa Museum Association conference. And so that
Ooh,
is coming up here at the end of April. I think the
yay.
theme this year is Thrive. So it's
Sweet.
going to be a really inspiring and fun and educational time to learn more about museums.
I love that. That's so exciting. And I'm a lifelong learner too, as is my son, Dr. Jared Smith. Well, all of my kids are. But it's very much part of our mission as a family to keep learning every day. They all have advanced degrees. All my children do, and they love what they're doing. So, yes, I really embrace lifelong learning. That is so beautiful. Anytime you can take an opportunity to better yourself is such a great investment of your time. So tell me, what fun things do you look forward to this spring?
So we have some fun things coming up at the Historical Society in the spring. It's always a busy time. Like I said, we have field trip kids coming in.
Mhm.
We have a program called C is for Calligraphy coming up on May
Ooh,
10th. So we just opened up registration for that. Um,
sweet.
every year, our program series is related to our annual exhibit. So we always have a different exhibit at the Victorian House. This year is alphabetical artifacts. And so
Oh,
tying in different things with artifacts in museums and then also alphabets, hence the C is for calligraphy tie in
ah,
there. So that should be a really interesting program.
yes.
Also, our summer museums open on May 3rd. So that's coming
Nice.
up here real soon. The Ice House and the Schoolhouse, they're only open from May to mid-October. So we're
Okay.
looking forward to being able to open them up again here at the beginning of May.
Oh, that is so exciting. And you'd also said your summer camp sold out in one day?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a program called Summer at the Schoolhouse where kids can come and experience a week of fun learning at the Little Red Schoolhouse. And registration for that opened on Monday, the 24th of March. It's always the first Monday after spring break that we open that up, and it was sold out within a day.
Oh, that is so
It
exciting.
is.
I love it so much. That's beautiful. Do you have a bucket list, Carrie? And if so, what is on that list?
I don't really formally have a bucket list, but obviously there are things that I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Professionally at the Historical Society, we have plans to build a new museum behind our new education center at 315
Oh,
Clay Street. So
yay.
obviously a big bucket list item for me is to get the fundraising for that completed and get that museum built.
Yes.
Personally, I'd like to do a lot more traveling. I've never been to Europe, so that's something that I'd really like to do someday.
Oh, yes. That would be so exciting. So, where in Europe is your favorite place that you think you want to see first?
I really want to see England.
Oh,
I read a lot of
yes.
Regency era novels, and so just to see that world in
Ooh,
real life would be
I
really
I
fun.
love it. So, who's your favorite author?
I don't know if I really have a favorite
Yeah,
author. I I,
yeah, so
I like a
many.
lot of different
Yes,
ones. Yes.
so many. But you read a lot from that area,
Hmm.
geographically speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Big Ben. I want to see Big Ben someday. That is
Yes,
such a
that would
beautiful
be amazing.
structure. Yeah. And then I also want to see the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, the story behind that Gustav Eiffel was inspired by the Darby family and their work on a bridge, the old Stonebrook Bridge, and all the iron lacery and tracery throughout that. And he's like, okay, this family has created this. What can I do that would be as kind of just a stepping off point from their bridge to something that would go up? And that's when he created the
wow.
Eiffel Tower. I love that. See, you and I are both history nuts.
Yes.
And actually, you and I both got our masters in history the same year. I don't know if I told you that from you and
Oh,
I.
I did not realize
Yes,
that.
2015. I did not walk across the stage. I'd already walked across
Okay.
twice other times for the art degree and the literature degree. So I let it go. Did you walk that time?
I did, yes.
Was it beautiful?
It was. It was really
Oh,
nice
I'm so glad.
culmination of the
Yes,
experience. Yeah.
culmination. Oh, how beautiful. I'm so glad that you did. That's lovely. Okay, so tell me, do you have any pet peeves, Carrie? And if so, what are they?
Um, I think I'd have to say just people who have the ability to read but they don't, whether that be books or even emails, social media posts, or signs in a museum. There's so much information right there if you just read it, and so many
Yes.
people just don't. So
Oh,
I think that would probably be my biggest pet
yes.
peeve.
Yes, I understand that wholeheartedly. Yes, that's a good one. Very much so. Okay, so when did you first know you wanted to work in public history?
So I've always been interested in history ever since I was a little girl. So some of my favorite books as a child were the Little House on the Prairie books by Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Yes, I love them
Yeah.
too so much.
So I spent a lot of time reading those. On a couple of family vacations, we went and saw a couple of Laura's homes, the one in South Dakota and in Missouri. So those are some of my first experiences with museums, and really seeing the ability of a museum to bring history to life, to see
Yes.
how it's real. It's not just a story of something that was in the past, it's something that was real.
Right.
Um, I didn't really start thinking about history as a career until I was in high school. I had a really good history teacher who used a lot of different primary sources and
Mhm.
really brought history to life as a subject in that way. And so I started thinking about what my career options would be to use that interest in history, and museums were a natural fit for that. So,
That is
yeah.
so beautiful. I love the role of literature in your journey. So, which one of the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, and there are so many, would you say is your favorite?
Um, I think I would have to stay on the shores of Silver Lake because it is tied to her arriving in South Dakota, and that was the first site of hers
Oh,
that I visited. So I feel more of a connection with that one than some of the
oh,
others.
yes. How beautiful is that? So, did you watch the TV show or no?
Um, I, I have seen some of the TV
Yeah,
show later on. It's
yeah,
obviously a lot different
yeah.
than the books,
Right. A lot
but
different.
if you kind of separate the two out, it is a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah. But there's nothing like the book,
No,
right?
right.
So my favorite is, well, I've got so many of them. On the Banks of Plum Creek is probably my favorite. And then I love These Happy Golden Years. Yes, because, she's mature now
Mhm.
and she's with the love of her life, who was featured extensively in Farmer Boy.
Mhm.
Yes. And so just the fact that she's with the love of her life and this journey has culminated in these happy golden years. And I love that. So tell me, let's talk about what do you like most about being executive director?
I really like that every day is different.
Yes.
There's so much going on, so many different things going on. I work with a great staff who make every day fun as well, and just being able to bring history and local history to our community and to preserve that is something that's just so
Yes.
meaningful to me.
Oh, that's beautiful, Carrie. And tell me, who's your biggest influence?
Um, I have several influences. So I have my parents who are so supportive of me,
Oh,
and I
yes.
have
Yes.
the high school history teacher
Yes.
who inspired my career, all of my
Right.
professors at UNI who have really helped guide me and shape my career in that way, and then my staff that I work with now are inspire me every day.
And who are they?
So we have Diane Schutbach, and she's our programming and outreach coordinator.
Oh,
So she does a
yes.
lot of the planning for all of our educational programs, and she works with the kids who come on field trips and also works with our volunteers and members.
Nice.
And then we have Julie Huffman-Klinkowitz, and she is our collections manager and curator. And so she's really in charge of taking care of the historical objects in our collections and also creating the exhibit that we have at the Victorian House every year.
Oh, that's so exciting. And what fun things can we look forward to at the Historical Society?
At the Historical Society, we have lots of fun things coming up. We talked about the Summer at the Schoolhouse program, which sold out in a week. So we're really looking forward to having those kids come this summer, spend a week at our Little Red Schoolhouse. We're also really looking forward to having RAGBRAI coming through Cedar Falls and welcoming all of those visitors to our museums. So
Fun.
the Ice House and the Victorian House will both be open during RAGBRAI, so everyone can come check us out then. Long term, we're planning to do the new museum behind 315 Clay. And so fundraising for that is ongoing, but that museum will really be able to show the history of Cedar Falls in a way that none of our other museums does. So we have the Ice House, which focuses on ice harvesting in the river. We have the Schoolhouse, which is representative of rural education. We have the Victorian House, which shows a typical Victorian home and also has one small gallery where we can feature a different aspect of Cedar Falls every year. But we really don't have a place to tell the story of our entire community. So that museum will allow us to tell the story through industry, business, agriculture, and transportation, which are four major topics that have really shaped the development of our town.
I love that so much. Okay, so if a viewer or two out there or more want to give to this project, how do they do so?
They can visit our website, cedarfallshistory.org. There's a section on there that tells more about the project and more about ways to give. Or they can contact me. My email and phone number are on the website as well. And I'd be happy to talk with them about giving opportunities.
Oh, I love that. So beautiful. So much excitement in the air for all the wonderful things that you're doing. So any closing thoughts, Carrie?
I would just like to encourage people to get involved with the Historical Society. There is so much that you can do in so many ways that you can be involved, whether it just be visiting our museums or participating in one of our programs or becoming a member or a volunteer. We are so grateful to have so many volunteers that help us keep our museums open on the weekends. But we always welcome more people who want to do that and sit and interact with the public who comes in.
Yes.
It is so important for the public to be supporting their local museums. Museums are very trusted sources of information. They contribute to the economy and draw tourism. And they're the stewards of our community's culture and history. And so that public support is really appreciated.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I neglected to ask you a question I'm burning to ask you. Any career-related endeavors that you'd like to discuss?
I'm just looking forward to attending the Iowa Museum Association conference coming up here at the end of April.
Oh, fun. And where's that?
This year it's in Cedar Rapids. So it's in a different town every year that gets to host it, and it gives us an opportunity as a staff to get to visit another community and see what their museums are like and to learn from experts all around the state and country. So it's a really great learning opportunity to really see what's going on in the museum industry and bring back ideas that we can incorporate to our museums here.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. And you are a lifelong learner. Look at how you're applying that to this instance. And I love that. So my personal mission statement is simple. It's learn, grow, and change every day. So we're very, very close.
Very similar.
And I love that so much. Any last closing thoughts?
I just would welcome everyone to come visit our museums. And I look forward to seeing you there soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being with me today. It's been fun. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening and watching. There we go.